G'day YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Australian Paddock. It's been a few weeks since I've done a video because I've been very busy trying to repair some damage down here in the vineyard. What happened a couple of weeks ago was the kangaroos, which have been having a little bit of a nibble on the vines, have decided to take a really big nibble and pretty much decimated about 3 rows. So in this video I want to show you what's happened and what we've done to prevent it. And the first thing to show you is this magnificent fence that we've put up all the way around with wire that we recovered from some old fencing. So that was step one, keep the kangaroos out. And it's been up for, I think it's a week and a half, and it's done an amazing job. That has completely stopped them. So now what I'll do is, we'll go inside the fence, I'll show you the damage, and I'll show you what we've done and how the plants have responded and how we're still pretty much on track for good growth this season. Thank God for the morphology of the grapevine. They're weeds at the end of the day, and they just keep on growing, and you can really rely on them despite the damage. So let's go and have a look and I'll talk you through it. Alright, here's my lovely fence. Some fantastic nails holding it up. Temporary this year because next year there'll be more vine growth and I'll want to get at it, particularly down the sides here. So there's not much room here with the star picket, and I'm hanging the wire off the actual vineyard post, which we don't want. But for this year, while the vines are relatively small, I'm happy with that. It's certainly keeping the kangaroos out. So come with me. We'll duck in through the gate's a strong word, but through the gap, and we'll have a look at some of the vines. Really, it's pretty obvious. Just look at this vine right here to begin with. Now this has been nibbled and then I've pruned it. So here's some damage here. So there's damage above this point. I have then pruned to this point. Okay. Now what's happened over the last week and a half is the lateral has grown. So see how the lateral has grown from within this point here, and it's grown right up here quite nicely. Now they start off very small, these laterals. Here's a natural lateral growing off this one, and this one back here was also eaten. It's growing as well. So you see, while it was quite devastating, and they've done this to maybe 50 plants. How many plants in a row? Maybe 50, 60, 70 vines. The morphology of the plant allows it to regrow. Like here's one that's been bitten off quite badly here. Darn nuisance it was. I've pruned that. Actually, it's a fairly rough cut there. That might actually still be a bite. So it's been bitten off here. And I'm hoping that can regrow from this little lateral here. I'm only after 2 arms to espalier, and it's already going quite well. So you see the recovery is quite good, and this is just repeated all the way down. Look at this poor thing. It's been bitten off here. I've then pruned it, and this lateral has grown from here all the way up to here. And this one, yeah, look, and this is growing a little bit out of here as well. It's very hard to see, but this little lateral is just growing here. And what I'll actually do is, because I want that lateral to grow, I'm actually going to take that lateral off, just like that. There. So now we've got one lateral up here that's growing, and that's repeated most of the way down. And like, you know, some of the plants were okay though. This one wasn't actually touched for some reason, and most of the plants are still quite young and quite small. But look at this one here. This one here was actually bitten off down here. I pruned it, but it's bitten off here and here on my 2 nice strong growing shoots. Consequently, with the prune, I've now got maybe 15 centimetres of lateral growth, 20 centimetres of lateral growth already coming up there. And I'm very confident that that plant will fully recover. And in fact, in a week or two, I'll pick one of these 2 strong ones, I'll head one, chop it off. That'll promote growth up the other one, and that's hopefully going to then reach the fruiting wire up here. So I hope that gives you a good indication of what damage looks like in the vineyard, but also due to the very nature of the vines, how you can repair it and how you can still have a good season and good growth. If we've been hit by a little bit of frost, we've been hit by kangaroos, we haven't had any wind damage, but the vines still grow and you just got to rely on them. You've got to back yourself in, and sometimes you need to make some cuts with your secateurs and just trust the vine itself, trust the evolution of that particular plant. So there we go, that's it for today. I'll do some more videos soon. I would like to thank everybody who's subscribed over the last couple of weeks. It's been very nice. Please leave any comments that you have or any questions, and I'll do my best to answer them as we journey through this 200 Vines experience. It's certainly been interesting so far. Talk to you soon.